Today we're talking my top 5 summer scents and why. Stay tuned. All right, how's everybody doing? My name is Fragrant Derek, and you are watching Decamp My Mind here on the Fragrance Decamp Boutique YouTube channel. And guess what? I actually haven't made a video in a while, and there's a lot of reasons why. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I am going to talk to you about my top 5 summer scents and why. Here's the thing, okay? So when it comes to summer fragrances, there's usually scents that I like to wear in the daytime as well as in the evenings. And then there's those like off days where it's a little bit overcast and things like that. And it's not super sunny, it's not super hot. You know, sometimes it's more on the colder side. So if you're interested in any of these fragrances, definitely check out decampboutique.com, where you guys can get amazing scent decants sent right to your home, because you absolutely want to try before you buy. You don't want to waste your money buying a bottle that you don't know what it smells like, and then you end up regretting your purchase because you smell it and it's just not your vibe. You've heard influencers hype this scent up, you get it, you're like, I don't really like it, and then you can't return it, or you have to ship it back and they're like, hey, you sprayed it so we can't return it. That sucks. It's happened to me a lot and I hate when that happens. So definitely start out with a decant. Also, you don't even have to buy 100 ml or even 50 ml bottles. You can try getting multiple decants and build up your fragrance wardrobe. That is a great option if you want to try different scents all the time. You don't always want to have one signature scent. You can build up that fragrance wardrobe and try a variety of scents every day without dropping a huge budget on fragrances. So let's go ahead and get into our first fragrance. Okay, so this fragrance is really special to me, and this has been reformulated quite a few times. This is from the house of Dior. This is the 2024 edition of Dior Homme Sport. So this is going to be more on the vibe of the new reformulated Dior Homme if you've tried it. They've sort of taken away the iris notes that was in the original formulations of Dior Homme. This one is very fresh, citrusy, sweet, does not feel super sporty, but still smells absolutely phenomenal. This is very long lasting. This performs really well, but it's not going to fill the room. It will create a solid arm's length scent bubble. This stuff is amazing. And you know what? In any occasion, this one really works. It's very versatile. This can be worn in the daytime. It can be worn to the gym, out on a boat, really any occasion, even in the evenings on a date night. Although I will say in the date night, I have a better fragrance that I'm going to talk about right after this one. So for me, in the date night kind of vibe, the one that I like to go for is going to be Versace Eros Flame, and this is the Eau de Parfum. I really like the original Eros, but Eros Flame is super special to me because it adds the note of cinnamon. Mind you, it doesn't actually say cinnamon in the note breakdown. It actually says this note called Cenoto, which if you look up what Cenoto is, it'll tell you it's a citrus. But what they're actually going with this is the drink Cenoto, which is an Italian beverage, which has this sort of like Cenoto citrus fruit, as well as a bit of cinnamon in it. And that's what you get with this fragrance. This is going to be very cinnamony, also citrusy, fresh, but a little bit spicy, really perfect for evenings in the summer. I really enjoy this one. Definitely try this out. The next fragrance is going to be the brand new flanker from Acqua di Gio, and this is Acqua di Gio Elixir. If you love Profumo by Acqua di Gio, which by the way is the absolute pinnacle of Acqua di Gio fragrances, Elixir really took that DNA from Profumo and then added this bit of leather in the base, which it doesn't feel super leathery. It just sort of gives it this creaminess, this sort of like cashmerean vibe in the background that smooths out the really fresh. You know what Acqua di Gio smells like, that aquatic, kind of salty, fresh, bit of citrus smell that you have known to love with Acqua di Gio. This is not going to feel like some kind of out of left field fragrance. This feels like Acqua di Gio, but it feels like Acqua di Gio really elevated to the highest degree. They're using exceptional ingredients in this. They have absolutely mastered the scent. Alberto Marias, the perfumer behind this fragrance, has absolutely, in the last 20 years of making Acqua di Gio, he has finally found the absolute pinnacle recipe for Acqua di Gio. And in my opinion, this is the greatest one. The thing is, this stuff is super, super duper expensive. So you definitely want to give it a try before you buy it. I don't even know if Decamp Boutique has this right now, but if it's something you're interested in, send them a message and say, dude, get this stuff in stock because this is really, really amazing. Also, they finally fixed the packaging. Look at this. Finally, a magnetic cap. Definitely give this stuff a try. Now, this one is one that I like to wear sort of like out with friends, more casual. This is not one that I typically wear to like a work or office type setting, but this is a really good one in the summer. And honestly, they've taken sort of this liberty with having almost like a Dior Sauvage type effect. Coach Black sort of took liberties with the Sauvage DNA. They've done the same thing with this one, which is Coach Platinum. But what they've given this is a bit of orange and a creaminess, which almost gives this like an orange creamsicle vibe with that Sauvage DNA. So if you ever wanted to try Sauvage, but also add a little creamsicle, that is the one to get. Platinum by Coach. This is a really great fragrance. And I know it looks silver, but if you hold this up to the light, which I don't think you can see, but you can see through this bottle. It's really hard to see, but you can, if you hold it up to the light, you can actually see the level on the bottle. But I really like what they did with the Coach Platinum presentation. This is a really great fragrance, but you definitely want to try before you buy because sometimes it could play off a little too sweet. That's why I wouldn't wear this too much in the office. It can be a bit cloying. It is very projecting. As far as longevity goes, it's not going to be the longest lasting fragrance, but it does respectively well for what it is. Definitely give Coach Platinum a try. I really like it, but all the Coach fragrances are great, so definitely try them out. So the last fragrance I have to talk about, and this is one of the first niche fragrances I ever bought, and this is from the house of Mansera, and of course we're talking about Cedrat Boise. I understand why they would compare this to Aventus, because it has sort of that similar vibe, but this does not have smokiness. It doesn't have the oak moss or the birch or anything like that. It does have a bit of a peppery bite, but pretty much the vibe people get with this is that sort of hyped citrus. There's not going to be pineapple in this. This is very much a strong lemon scent. Almost reminds me of, if you can imagine, like a fresh lemon grove. Really nice though. So you've got the lemon and then you've got this black pepper bite. That's pretty much what you get with this. It's just pure lemon, like to the utmost 10th degree lemon with this peppery bite. But this is a lemon like you've never smelt before. This is not your typical citrus. This is not going to feel like a lemon cleaner or anything. This is gorgeous, beautiful lemon, really done well. And it has a peppery bite that makes it sort of masculine. This is super long lasting, incredibly long lasting, an incredible projection. This stuff really will fill the room. And surprisingly, for a fresh scent, this is the best performing fresh scent I've ever experienced. As far as versatility goes, this is going to be great for daytime, nighttime, to the club, to a party, to church, to work. You can wear this anytime. Although I will say before wearing it out, you want to put it on, I'd say 30 to 45 minutes before you leave the house, because you are going to be choking people out. I'm telling you, it's that strong, but it's really good. Also, as far as the intense Cedrat Boise, you don't need it. I really like the intense version, but really, in my opinion, the original is the better of the two, just because I don't think you need the intensity of an intense Cedrat Boise. It's so crazy, you just don't need it. Out of all of these scents, in my opinion, my favorite, really most versatile one, I'm not going to tell you that, because honestly, all these are great, but I really like Acqua di Gio. I've always loved Acqua di Gio, and in my opinion, this one is the pinnacle. Although if you're trying to get Acqua di Gio on a budget and you still want the best of the best, in my opinion, the Parfum is great. You're going to save a few bucks. Try the Parfum also, but the Elixir is absolutely phenomenal. If you want an Acqua di Gio more with a blue vibe, try Profondo. I wouldn't go with any of the other Profondo flankers, in my opinion. None of them were that great. Also, the OG Acqua di Gio, as amazing as it is, just does not perform that well. So I can't suggest the original anymore. And as far as the EDP goes, it's okay. The Parfum is really the best. Profondo, once again, more on the blue side, a little bit of sweetness. But the Elixir absolutely is the pinnacle. So yeah, I have to say, for the best summer vibes, anytime fragrance in the summer, it's got to go to Acqua di Gio. But once again, all of these are great. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely check out Decamp Boutique if you haven't already. Thank you guys once again. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing summer. Let's do this again sometime, huh? Thank you guys so much. And as always, have a fragrant state of mind.
Yeah. smell good. Yeah. Yeah.